2nd. Armageddon's here. Daddy said the whole heaven dear. Armageddon's here. I met God last evening in. I met God last year, and God told me, after he handed me the light of God, it stays with you for about a week, God told me to move out the city. So I did. I moved out the city. I just moved a few months ago. Armageddon is here. We get sneak attacked by North Korea. Everybody needs to wake up. It's Sunday. When you go to church today, pray to God to move out the city. God told me a specific spot to move, but he said to tell people it doesn't matter where you move, just to move out the city. Armageddon's here. The whole heavy deer. Whole heaven deer, Armageddon's here. Move out the city. We get sneak attacked by North Korea. That's what God told me. I do not know what God told you. God could have told you anything. God could have told you to move to New York City. Well, that's not God. God didn't tell you to move into a nuclear bomb blast. So God didn't tell you to move to New York City. Armageddon's here. Whole heavy deer. This is my friend Brittany. We're going to church this morning. We're holding heaven deer because Armageddon is here. God said just move out the city. Any city you'll do. Doesn't really matter as long as you're not living in a city. On our way to church this morning, which I got a place. I'm gonna do Sunday service on here from now on the light of God.love, and I'm gonna talk about God, and I'm gonna do Saturday, and I'm gonna talk about Mother, because that's what God told me. I do not know what God told you. God told me everybody's right. That there's a little bit of everybody in heaven. So, anybody who thinks they're going to tell me that I'm wrong, think again, because you're right. So, you can't tell me I'm wrong, but I'm telling you you're right. So, because God said everybody's right. God said heaven is your truth. That's what it means by the truth that sets you free. Your own truth. Now, if your truth's a lie, you wake up in hell, and Satan grabs your shitty ass, dusts you off, shrinks you down to an atom, and throws you into a pool of shit. The angels refer to it as the pit of shit, not hell. They never call it hell. They call it the pit of shit. And he throws you in that hot, stinky stuff. It does stink, and you still can smell as a soul, and when you're shriveled down to an atom. You can still think, hear, smell, touch, all that stuff. You still have feelings, everything. And you're in a pool of shit, and you spin at the same speed of the earth. And you have a job to do. You generate heaven's gate. And you keep the heat of the planet to keep all of us warm while we're up here. And God said that you settle in after a while. If you go on Sounds of the Earth and listen to where they're drilling in Siberia and that, 10 miles deep, you'll hear people moaning and begging. God told me, that's the new guys, that once you're there for a while, you realize that you have a brain now. You're not a retarded freaking monster that lives out in space that's totally evil, that tries to devour each other. That's where we come from. We come from the darkness. Our souls are totally evil. If God put us here before we could walk, while we were crawling, we'd be murdering each other. We tried to murder our own mother when we came out the womb. That's how evil we are. God said everything bad that happens on this planet is us. That's not him. That's only him when you talk bad about him. He told me when he handed me the light, if I talk bad about him, he'll strike me dead. And he told me he already struck some of the females dead that talked bad about him. Because I went online that night, and a whole bunch of people got to meet God too. God told me, once again, I do not know what a God told you. I only know what a God told me. And a God, he told me everything. He said there are no secrets. North Korea knows everything. They know everything about the U.S. just as much as the U.S. thinks he knows about them. And they're going to sneak attack us. God said he's the most evil soul here right now. He told me what it takes to be evil. And begin your journey to hell. You have to do your sins, and you have to think that they're funny. When you think that your sins are funny, when you do them, you're on your way to hell. I don't know how to think of sins funny. I never thought about that, and I'm trying to think of how to do a sin funny, and I don't know. I'm lost with that one. So if you're out there and you think your sins are funny, don't worry about it. There's still help for you. You're the ones I'm looking for, because we come from the darkness, and I dedicated my life to turning people from the darkness to the light. I'm still the same person, me, after I met God. I just have a one-up on people. I happen to know there's a God, and I beg Him for my forgiveness for my sins from when I was 9 years old and I started masturbating. When my brother taught me how to masturbate, I started masturbating to all kind of Playboy pictures and masturbating in general. And I'm working my way up the food chain, as you could say. Not saying I didn't have to do it, but I'm going day by day from when I was 9 all the way up to now and saying the month, the year, and the day out of my mouth and asking for forgiveness for that day. Not to check and make sure, it's just for something to do. God said that the reason why we do a lot of things here is to be like Him. He does billions and billions of things at the same time. So it's just one other thing I'm adding to my plate to eat, to do. And even though I have to do it, that's not the point. I'm doing it anyway. And that's something good for you to do if you're out there and you're shit. And you know you're shit. Because if you're shit, you know you're shit. And you know you're going to the pit. And if people shit, that's okay. If you believe in Satan, that's okay too. God said at least you're hot or cold. At least you believe in something. Instead of believing in nothing, at least you believe. And to me, that's the ones that could meet God. Because, well, you already believe in the devil, and the devil's real. So it's not a forced step for you to believe in God. And God did tell me that once you do believe that there's a devil, all you Satan worshippers out there, and you believe there's a God, your soul can move on. Other than that, lands right back inside a vagina at the time of conception, at the time of sexual activity, when the sperm, the little guy, hits the egg. God said a soul is beamed in from heaven's gate the size of an atom. That's how it works. God's got a window in the sun, and He casts seeds out the window, right down to the earth. Once again, I don't know what God told you, but I know what God told me, and God did tell me everything. So, move out the cities, whole heaven deer, and be queer if that's the way you are. I love all you guys. You guys have a good day. I'm going to church. Armageddon is here. Whole heaven deer, swagadelic, beaming out.